Some cars are just machines. Others become legends. This is the story of a British brand that refused to die. A story of passion, heartbreak, cinematic glory, and pure engineering madness. This is the extraordinary 113-year journey of Aston Martin. Back in 1913, two young Englishmen, Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford, opened a small workshop in London. They weren't trying to build luxury cars. They just wanted to go faster. They bought a used DeSoto Fraschini, dropped in a more powerful engine, and entered hill climbs. In one famous race at Aston Clinton Hill, Lionel Martin won, and the name was born, Aston Martin. Their very first car, nicknamed Coal Scuttle, hit the roads in 1915. But World War I stopped everything. Production only truly began in the 1920s. These early Astons were light, raw, and built for racing. They competed at Brooklands and Le Mans, earning a reputation as scrappy British underdogs. But money was always tight. The company changed hands multiple times and nearly disappeared more than once. Then, in 1947, everything changed. Tractor magnate David Brown bought the struggling company. He also bought Lagonda for its brilliant engines. This marriage created the legendary DB line. In 1950, the DB2 arrived, sleek, powerful, and capable of winning its class at Le Mans. Then came the DB24, the DB Mark III, and in 1958, the stunning DB4. Hand-built aluminum body over a tubular frame. It looked like art and performed like a weapon. But 1963 brought the car that would change everything, the DB5. When Sean Connery's James Bond drove that silver DB5 in Goldfinger 1964, Aston Martin went from British niche brand to worldwide icon overnight. Ejector seat, machine guns, rotating license plates, the gadgets were movie magic, but the car itself was already perfect. The DB5 became the symbol of sophistication, danger, and British cool. It was followed by the DB6 and the muscular DBS. Under David Brown, Aston Martin wasn't just surviving, it was winning at Le Mans, building racing legends like the DBR1 and creating some of the most beautiful Grand Tours ever made. After David Brown sold the company in 1972, Aston Martin entered its darkest period. The 1970s oil crisis hit hard. The company changed owners again and again. Yet they still produced icons. The mighty V8 models, including the outrageous Vantage, once called Britain's first supercar. The Lagonda Saloon with its wild digital dashboard. Even the insane Bulldog concept with its gull-wing doors and 200-plus mile-per-hour target. In 1981, the company was rescued again. Under new management, they launched the V8 Vantage and kept racing. But financial storms never fully went away. By the early 90s, Aston Martin was once more on the brink. Redemption came in 1994 with the DB7. Beautiful, more affordable, and a massive commercial success. Then Ford stepped in as a major investor, bringing stability. In 2003, the DB9 arrived, a masterpiece on the new VH platform. It was followed by the V8 Vantage, the Vanquish, and the DBS. Aston Martin was back in the big leagues. James Bond returned too, with the DB5 in GoldenEye, the V12 Vanquish in Die Another Day, and many more. The partnership became legendary. But success brought new pressures. The brand pushed boundaries with the 177 hypercar, the insane Valkyrie hypercar project with Adrian Newey and Red Bull, and their first SUV, the DBX, which helped stabilize finances. Today, Aston Martin stands stronger than ever. The lineup includes the sharp Vantage, the grand DB12, the ferocious Vanquish, the powerful DBX 707 SUV, and hypercars like the Valkyrie that push engineering to the absolute limit. They're deeply involved in Formula One, with big ambitions for the 2026 regulations and the arrival of design legend Adrian Newey. Aston Martin isn't just selling cars, they're selling emotion, heritage, and that unmistakable British Grand Touring soul. every car still feels handcrafted, exclusive, and alive. From a tiny London workshop in 1913 to battling at the pinnacle of motorsport in 2026, Aston Martin's story is one of resilience. They faced bankruptcy, wars, economic crises, and changing tastes, yet they never lost their soul. This isn't just a car company. It's a 113-year love letter to speed, beauty, and British engineering excellence. A brand that proves legends are not born, they are built, one passionate detail at a time. From a tiny London workshop in 1913 to battling at the pinnacle of motorsport in 2026, Aston Martin's story is one of resilience. They faced bankruptcy, wars, economic crises, and changing tastes, yet they never lost their soul. This isn't just a car company. It's a 113-year love letter to speed, beauty, and British engineering excellence. A brand that proves legends are not born, they are built, one passionate detail at a time.